Hi everyone, it's Brett. I would like to talk about Castlevania right now, but I should probably be productive and mow some grass. The grass can wait. The original Castlevania was released in 1986. Fast forward to around 32 years later, and I'm pretty sure I was not planning on playing the game or any of the Castlevania games. I think I had heard about the Castlevania series before, but I wasn't too familiar with it. Then I saw Simon Belmont and Richter Belmont being revealed as playable characters for the game Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I was looking forward to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so seeing that the Belmonts were going to be included in that game really piqued my interest in the Castlevania series. Then some time passed, and the Castlevania Anniversary Collection was announced to come out in 2019. Konami, which is the company that created Castlevania, made this collection along with some others to celebrate their 50 years of being a company. The collection included the original Castlevania, the second Castlevania, the third Castlevania, and a bunch more Castlevania games. At this point in time, I was ready to play some Castlevania, so I got the collection and decided to play the first game in the series. So I played it. It was very difficult. I didn't really play a whole lot of super tough old games earlier in my life, so this was quite the slap on the face. So what did I do? Well, I beat the game by using a lot of save states. Now, save states are kind of considered cheating, but save states are so nice and I can save whenever I want. So when I die, all I need to do is load the save state I made. This means I can quickly get back to where I was previously in the game. Now, I did technically cheat, but if I didn't on my first playthrough of the game, I might have decided to stop playing. I wanted to experience all the game had to offer. I kind of feel like playing the game again, but this time without using the save state feature, so that way I can get the original experience from the 1980s. Well, what's the worst that could happen? Only time will tell. Alright, I'm ready to play some Castlevania again. First off, I really like the opening to the game. Simon walking up to the gate is such a classic moment. You start outside the castle, which is really cool. It doesn't take long to enter the castle, but it's a nice detail to start outside of the main location. This section really makes the world feel more grounded in reality. I'm trying to go semi-fast, so I'm not going to mess around here much. Once inside the castle, enemies start to show up. They're pretty easy to take out, and I didn't really get into too much trouble. Some bats fly down, but they're not really annoying or anything. At least not now. I really find the windows and curtains in the background of the level to be a really nice detail. The whole game has these details scattered around and really gives the feeling of a haunted castle environment. When going down the stairs, they lead to an interesting water location. There are some sea monsters to deal with here, which isn't too difficult. This area seems a little out of place for the level. Not that it's bad to have it, it just seems to be a little unexpected compared to the rest of the level. Not too long after, I found the boss. It's a big bat, so no problem. I already dealt with his little friends earlier. I only died once to this guy, so that's nice. So I took him out and went on to the next level. So far, the first level wasn't as hard as I was expecting it to be, so things are looking good. Maybe this no save state playthrough won't be too hard. Second level is up. There's some bad guys with armor, and they're pretty fun to wipe out. Also, there's some snakehead things that I'm not a big fan of. If they're not hit or dodged, there's a good chance that I'm going to fall to my death. This is a rough section, but there's more. That's right, instant death spike traps. There's a handful of them here, and they don't show up in the level again. I don't know why they are only in this one section of the level, but that's completely fine with me. This level is tougher than the first one, but since I've done this before, I was able to make it to the boss with less trouble this time. I was able to beat it first try. I wasn't expecting to do that, but it was a welcome surprise. Next is the third level, and it leaves a pretty bad impression at the start because of these hunchback guys. They jump out really high sometimes. Simon can't attack upward, so it makes them unreachable when they're up in the air most of the time. I'm sure that was the intention for this to be the case, but I don't like this move. These guys for me are one of the most difficult enemies in the game, so I make sure to get rid of them as quickly as possible. I really like the look of this level. All the green plants and statues in the background really add to the overall look. Jumping around all the pits can be fun too, except when I make a mistake. This level really increases the pits that are instant kills, so if you get hit by an enemy, it might just be a one-way ticket to falling down a pit. After being tapped, you just have to hope it won't be the doom of you. This danger is a lot more prevalent in this level. Anyway, after unintentionally passing time with that activity, I encountered the Mummy Bro boss. That's not what they're actually called, but they're probably relatives. It doesn't make much sense to me that there are mummies in a castle. I thought that was more of a pyramid thing, but these guys fit the spooky monster idea along with the rest of the bosses, so it works pretty well. This boss is easy stuff compared to the later ones, so I had a good time beating them. Pressing onward, Simon falls down to the lower depths of the castle. Now, did he decide to jump down the pit on purpose, or did he make a mistake? I would like to have an answer, but the game doesn't say. The bigger question is, how in the world is Simon not dead after such a fall? How am I finding so many questions for one tiny little cutscene? You know what? I'm just going to ignore what just happened and just try to complete level 4. I really like the cave location for the beginning of the level here, but this location might be one of the most infuriating parts of the game. It's not hard to fall in the water here. The bats are mostly to blame for that. They are succeeding at being annoying right now. After getting out of that location, I moved upward and found more hunchbacks now being dropped by birds. And I'm not going to be asking questions this time. I just kept moving around and attacked when I needed to, and I ended up surviving. Now I just gotta take out these skull guys and make it to the boss room, and yep, that boss has a hunchback buddy. I don't understand why it's flying and shooting fireballs, and no, now I died! Well, at least I spawn right back here, and all I have to do is beat these guys again and fight the boss, and oh, I lost all my lives. That means I have to go through this again! Not using save states is becoming a bit of a problem for me, but I'm determined to play this game as it was played back in the 80s, so bring it on. After many losses at the boss, I finally destroyed the pair. Out of the first 4 levels, I'd say this is my least favorite. Once again, the locations are cool, but the level design is quite tedious here. Well, moving on, the 5th level is some sort of prison place with skeletons. Oh, and there's some bigger knights who throw boomerang-behaving axes. These people seem to like phasing in and out of existence. There are lots of enemies and the knights keep walking backwards, and I don't like that. Then the hallway leading up to the boss is insane. The snakehead things return and team up with these knights. This means some precise maneuvers have to be made in order to survive this location. Why was this hallway made like this? Whatever. I can make it through though and fight death. To be honest, I'm more afraid of these spinning projectiles than him. So yep, I died, and then I went through some of the level once more, and then I fought death and died again, and then I decided that I'm going to take a break. I'd been basically playing non-stop in the playthrough so far, so I decided to step away for a little bit. So far the experience has been pretty fun, except for the few annoying sections here and there. Overall, I'm having a pretty good time. The whip along with the other weapons are really satisfying to use. The game looks really good as well in my opinion. Even though there isn't a whole lot to work with due to the limitations of the hardware, the developers did a great job with what they had, and it looks wonderful. Playing the game without save states has been more time consuming, but it's cool to play the old way. I like that Castlevania only takes you back to the beginning of the level instead of the beginning of the whole game when you get a game over. So after quite the long break, I'm going to go back and attempt to beat this game. Death won't stop me. I can beat that guy. I've done it before. I don't need save states. I'm going to go through this level and make my way through the hallway and make the game crash. So apparently the original release of Castlevania has some spots where it will crash. It seems that this crash happened because there's too much stuff going on in this hallway, and if you use items, the game sometimes just decides to give up. It seems that they made another version of this game way back then to fix this problem, but it looks like the Castlevania Anniversary Collection uses the first version of the game, if I had to guess. Well, the game crashing is quite the setback, and the only way to fix it is to restart the game or load a save state. I'll just use my last save state in this level. Oh wait, I haven't made a save state during this whole playthrough, and also I said I wanted to play this game without using save states. That means I have to reset and go back to the very beginning of the game. Ugh, this is gonna be brutal. I think now is a good time to mow some grass.